Alright, welcome back to the Super Coach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review round 10 of the 2025 NRL Fantasy season. So it was a good week for us. Cracked the 4 digits at 10.25, which was in the top 5,000 for the round, and has seen us push up into the top 10k overall. So I guess that's always the baseline of where we want to be, is inside that top 10k. And then we just do our best from there. We're probably not going to end up at number 1, but we just try and push up as high as we can. So the team this week, we had Aaron Clark in at hooker, and he scored 70 points for us. So, been a really good trade-in, and he's going to play around 12, which is nice. Our middles continue to do what they do. Isaiah Yeo with 78, bouncing back. Terrell May with the 64 was good in what was a well-beaten side. And Payne Haas is our captain with the 70. Obviously wasn't the highest score in our team, but we cannot complain about a 70 captain score. The edges, a little bit of concern. Hopgood with just the 34. I guess I haven't really watched a lot of Para's games, and I did get the opportunity to watch on Friday night. I think they played. I can't remember now. So long ago. It doesn't even say that's this week's games, but just doesn't have the role that we know and love him in. So he's going to play around 12, so I will hold, but he is definitely one we are looking to upgrade after that. Tommy Gilbert, again, playing in the middle, so I thought he would go good, but 38 is a little bit underwhelming. I think we can, use that money though to upgrade, which is always a good thing. The halves were good. Metcalf with the 56, just looks dominant now as a half, and glad we held through the tough times. Nathan Cleary with 75 does Nathan Cleary things, but is on the bye this week, and you imagine we'll also miss next week due to Origin. Centers were good. Kiro's with the 57, getting a try, and just doing his usual stuff through the middle out of the back. And Dylan Lucas with 69. Against the Titans, we were expecting some good scoring. He was definitely one who delivered. And then the All Knights backline. KP, disappointing, 22. Marzu, 32, and got himself injured, so he's probably on the chopping block this week. But Fletcher Sharp was good, 59. And, it just always looks dangerous in and around the ball. I guess what we hoped Kalen Ponga would be. On the bench, we had Barnett and Egan, 69 and 57 were great returns there. And then we did the double loop. We had Savala in there as the loophole, sort of seeing how Smith went. He scored well with 52, but Iongi also went well with 53. So we ended up vaulting Nwangani Tuase in to interchange one, and Tavanga ended up down here. And it worked out well because Tavanga scored well with a 41, made some good money, but we got that extra 12 points. So that was sort of a nice move as well. And King Togia, 32 points, continues to make some good cash. A decent enough cheapie. In terms of the leagues, so in the first league, got a good win over Roostar. So Jeremy's team with a 936. So he also captained Haas. Had Couchman for a 26. I don't know what happened there. Did he get injured or something? Actually, I do remember him sitting on the bench at some point. But yeah, that's a bit stiff given how well he's gone this season. Talk about injuries. Matt Nicholson gone down with an ankle, 41. Fogarty was decent with a 57, Cover and Metcalf. Who did get in at hooker? So got Purdue's 48 in at hooker. So Kautoga's 55 off the bench. So that worked out well. Drinkwater with a 44. So considering how dominant he is in the other formats, I was surprised by this score. So yeah, not one we need to panic to get in. But had Sharp on the bench. And the bench went pretty well. Even Jenkins holding him for a 36 worked out pretty well. I guess across the league, if we have a look, the round 10 fixture. So a couple of others cracking the 1,000, not quite matching the 1025, but Wes's team with a 1015 was the closest. So he had Tarpany with a 72, played Smith on field. Decent edge scores, better than my edges. Captain Cleary, which was better than Haas. But had Ponga and Tamale at the back and Garrick, so probably the back line. He had Pappy score 100 though, but looks like had to play Paddy's 9 and also just ran out of players. Only got 16 on field, so left a few points on the table there, Wes. But I'm sure, the way I've gone up overall, you've probably, done enough to move upwards. No, my leagues. Second league, 974 for Parabeast, Sahan's team, or Sahan's team. Don't know how to pronounce that one. Apologies there. But very same in the forward pack. I've got Dylan Egan as well, I suppose. So, Nicholson still outscored these guys, so that was good. But yeah, Tamale, Garrick letting the team down a bit. And then the bench was maybe a little bit flat with Hubner, King Togia. Would have got Kaltoga's score, yep. So no 45 from Malga would have been nice too, but wasn't to be. So decent score, but like I said, just had a little bit stronger there for myself. And in round 10, so the only other 1,000 score in this league was one man Tom, Spiro's team. So he had Jazz at hooker, Hopgood and Barnett. So yeah, I think this is the team that has been following me pretty closely. What's happened, Spiro? You've left one off. Oh, I didn't do the double loop. Ah, that's where I've got him. So you got Smith's score, and what's the other dude? Oh, so I had Tavanga in at hooker. So might have missed the late change where I switched Clark on field and then Tavanga went off. So finally created a bit of separation between us. But yeah, I guess following me worked out for once this week. And I'm going to go to the Open League as well, something I have forgotten. Shout out to Liam who reminded me, and timely as well, given that he is number one overall. So this week scored a 10.56, so big score there, Liam. So let's have a look. Captain Haas, so Riley Smith, Nico Hines with a 51, Herbie Farnworth with a 70 is a nice point of difference. Must have, I don't know, so Clark, Fogarty, Kaltoga, King Togia were the bench, so just trying to work out who the difference makers were. I guess Farnworth with the 70 was one I didn't get. I guess didn't, yeah, the likes of Kaltoga with 55 as opposed to Hopgood, and Fogarty as opposed to Barnett. Sorry, no, Gilbert. Difference makers there. So, yeah, not too bad. I guess Garrick is just Ponga. So, yeah, nice work there, Liam. I'll see if I can sort it by round 10. Does that give us this points? Yep. So, yeah, so 1056. So, how's he sitting overall? 248 overall. So, well done, Liam. Keep it going, mate. Who else? So 1058 for another brick in 12. That's actually, yeah, the top one in the league. Well done, Noah. We'll give you a quick shout out. But Captain Yowie, which is probably the difference there. Halasima, that's one I haven't seen in a lot of teams. So that's nice. Still got Purdue, who scored a 48. Latrell with an 87. Nice. So he's actually looking all right, given that he does do a bit around for the team. Tino. Yeah, I was looking at him just going, geez, he's a nice point of difference in fantasy, but wasn't that cheap to start with, so I've sort of left him till after Origin, but that's worked out well this week. So Jenkins getting that late try as well was probably helpful with that score as well. Fantastic. So glad I've actually remembered to check that out. So in terms of trades this week, I guess Marzu is probably the one we want to look at trading. Um, and I think the obvious trading, given the price point and the fact that he should be playing next week, if I can find him, is one James Tedesco. So obviously I would love to get Campbell back in, given that he is probably a keeper, and I've got him down as number one wing fullback, mostly because he plays halfback and kicks goals. But I think, Tedesco, he is in the conversation for New South Wales, but surely they give Dylan Edwards first crack. So if not, we can just trade next week. It's not the end of the world. But, bring him in for Teddy. Um, I guess, in terms of cheapies this week coming up, we do need to see team lists, but it could be a 1 week play on Luke Smith at the Bulldogs. Just given Salmon's gone down, they are just running out of edge forwards. I think they'd give Harry Hayes a crack out there. He'd go well. But there is a bit of chat about young Smith. He's been on that extended bench, so he's probably next man up. I think he's even been 18th man for a game or two. So if he comes in this week at 230k, it'd be very tempting, but I just don't know who to downgrade. Um, it might sound a bit outrageous, but just looking at my team, it could be Kalen Ponga. Just losing patience with the great man. He won't play next week. He should play for Queensland. Like, he's not playing that badly. It's just for scoring purposes in fantasy and Supercoach and the rest of it, it's just not doing me. I can obviously slot Iongi in there. Can pull Kiraz back, and Nwangani Tuase could feature. We do have some options there. But at the moment, I'm just thinking the one trade. In terms of the team, we'll push Savala on field with Cleary missing this week. No, probably need to sub on a middle for Isaiah Yeo. So Mitch Barnett, just slot him in. And Jazz Tavanga. So yeah, so I think that's the basically the team set up this week. Maybe not Nwangani Tuase. Probably Riley Smith. And they play on Thursday night, so we can loop Iongi. So I'll probably be like that. If Iongi misses, we'll just cop Marky Mark's score against the Dogs. Yuck. Don't know. I mean, the Bronx haven't been fantastic, and it is a day game. So perhaps we could back King Togia in as our, if Iongi doesn't work out, we could just sub in. It probably doesn't matter what order those guys are in, to be fair. But I think that's the play. Iongi will loop him in with King Togia. And then captain, vice captain doesn't need to change. The Tigers have got the Rabbitohs this week. So probably May. The Haas against the Dragons. I guess if they don't have Couchman, I wouldn't hate Haas as a shout either. We'll obviously lock this in with the round preview, but initially the thoughts are just Marzu injured. We'll bring in Teddy, and then we'll work out a way to upgrade Ponga to Campbell. It's probably through one of these two edges will go, but I don't know who just yet. Maybe Gilbert. I think he's closer to an Origin shout than Hopgood. But I think we'll wrap this video up there. So as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.